Hey everybody, it's Jeremy, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 Morning Musume coupling songs. I kind of talked a little bit about couplings in my top 10 of non-singles, but I decided to do a specific coupling one because there are not a lot of couplings that I really like. In fact, I actually dislike most of them. There are a few, however, that I really do like, and I just wanted to talk about those and why those are my favorite 5. So number 5 on my list is Koi ING, and that is the coupling to Go Girl Koi no Victory. And in my last video, I talked about how Go Girl is actually one of my least favorite singles of all time, and it's not necessarily any fault of the song other than I just get bothered by it. But the coupling I actually really like, which is surprising because it's dominated by 3 members, and usually I don't like singles or songs that are just dominated by 1 or 2 members. This one is dominated by Ai-chan, by Fujimoto Miki, and by Kame Eri. And I really like all their voices together, and I like the kind of switch off between each one of them as they go through this song. I really like the message of the song and how it's kind of like this idea of forgetting love, thinking that it's not going to happen, not really believing it, and then realizing that it's false, and then falling in love, and that journey and transitioning through being in love. I think it's just a really sweet song. I've loved all the renditions of it. And number 4, and I'm sure I'm going to screw this up, is Aisare Sugiru Koto Nai wa. And the reason why I like this song is because of Rival Survival, honestly, is the reason why I like it. And it's one of those songs that is totally Ai-chan Reina, but I love it so much. And Onna to Otoko is in my top 10 singles, so it kind of makes sense that Aisare is in my top 5 couplings because it's such a good song. Onna to Otoko is such a good song that I can overlook the fact that it's dominated by 2 members who get lines all the time. And Aisare is one of those that's very similar to that, but the message of the song is just so wonderful. And the title translates out, there's no such thing as being loved too much. And I really just think that is such a sweet message, and I'm a really big hopeless romantic, and so to have a song that's titled like that is just really wonderful. I really like how each member is spotlighted. I don't really care for the fact that they didn't get to have consistent lines throughout the entire song, but I like how they're spotlighted in the aspect that the song opens up with Aika, and then moves into Ai-chan, then goes into Reina again, and then has Gaki and Eddie, and then moves through all the members, and they have their own little spotlight. So, 2 lines that each one of them get. I think Aika and Sayu get 3 lines each, but everybody else gets 2, and Reina and Ai-chan get all the bulk of the rest of them, which is fine because they carry on the song well. I really, honestly, I love Linen's part in the live, and I think that's kind of what won me over. Number 3 is 3-2-1 Breaking Out. And the reason why I like this song is because it's actually the very first PV that I saw. My very first single that I heard was Kanashimi Twilight, but I saw 3-2-1 Breaking Out very shortly after that. And I'm pretty sure it was right around the time that the big competitions were going on to create your own PV for 3-2-1, and it was like a competition to make your own thing, and there were a bunch of people making their own backgrounds, and there were all these really cool ones that I saw, and I ended up hearing the song so many times that I liked it a lot. And to be totally honest, I was so green towards Morning Musume that I thought that Aika was Yoshi, and I thought Sayumi was Aibon, and I literally thought that the Golden Era girls were all in 3-2-1 Breaking Out, and I had convinced myself that these were the same girls. And then as I got to know Morning Musume better, I'm like, oh, they're actually not the same girls that were in Ayaka's surprise English lesson. Number 2 is Nakidasu Kamoshirenai yo, and I really, really love this song for the fact of the distribution. And it's the coupling to Onagameta Te Naze Ikanai. Nakidasu Kamo, it's one of those songs that is just so melodramatic and so drama-filled that it makes me just, it makes emotion come up. And there are not a lot of songs that can do that. And there's one line that says, I'm giving you all my love, but it's it's not enough. And I feel like that is such a consistent thing with people who have fallen in love and it's been unrequited. And I'm sure anybody who has been in love knows what that feels like, to feel like I'm giving you everything that I have, but I'm not getting anything back. So to hear that in a song is just really powerful. And to be totally honest, what won me over is Junjun's bridge, because usually Aichan gets the bridge. No other member ever gets the bridge, or at least hasn't since Yoshi was in. And I love the fact that Junjun got it, because I think she did such a good job in Rival Survival. Again, just most of my couplings are from Rival Survival. I really just fell in love with them in Rival Survival. But Naki Tsukumo, honestly, I loved the live so much that it's the reason why I heard the coupling, because I usually don't download couplings for the fact that I don't like them. When I heard it in Rival Survival, I downloaded it because I really liked it so much. And I like that the fairness of it, it kind of goes from member all the way down, like generation-wise. Like it starts off with Aichan, then goes to Gaki, then I'm pretty sure it goes Reina, Sayu, Eddie, or Eddie, Sayu, and then Aika, Lin, and Junjun, and then like all the other members are spread through it. So it's a really fairly distributed song, and I appreciate that. Now number 1 of my coupling list is Aiste Aiste Atto Ippun. Aiste Aiste, I believe, is one of the very first fairly distributed coupling songs. First fairly distributed song since the reign of Aichan. And the reason why I say this is because Aichan literally had like 3 lines. She had one in the bridge, she had like 1 or 2 after, like Gaki had a line, and she had 1 line near the beginning. And that was about it. She really didn't have a lot of lines, and I like that because she gets so many lines in the first place that I like when she kind of just gets spotlighted and she really just gets to shine rather than dominating an entire song. Same goes for Reina. This song was very much a junior Gaki and Sayu song. And Reina was in there a lot too. She's very prominent. And I like, and it's weird because in the actual song itself, in the album version, I honestly thought that Miki had come and like guest starred in Morning Musume, because Reina sounded so much like Miki for a split second when she said Ma'akari moeru. She really sounded like Miki, and I was really shocked at first because I was like, no, that's not possible. And then when I heard the live, I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Reina she has so much talent that, I don't know, she just really shined for me in that moment of the talent that she has, that she can change everything about her voice, which I don't know why she doesn't continue on with that and really try to push that, and why she stays where she's at. It seems like she's not growing. That's beyond the point, though. I really loved this song for the aspect that it was fairly distributed, for one. I loved the message, love me for just one more second. I really loved the lyrics, just all of them, and I loved the tour performance of it. Genki Pika Pika was a wonderful tour. If you haven't seen it, you really need to see it, because it was a great tour. And I honestly think it was the very first and only coupling song that matches perfectly with the single. Because if you look at most singles, the couplings are totally different sounding and feeling, and the message is really off. Kimagure Princess is very much a song about a girl who wants what she wants and gets it. And Aiste Aiste is about a girl who wants what she wants but can't get it. So it's kind of like this back and forth yin-yang of a single coupling, where it's like the princess who gets what she wants, but in reality she's not really getting it, because she's a fickle princess. She's only getting what feels good and what seems good at the time, but in her heart it's like, you're not actually really loving me. And in Aiste Aiste, it's like, I want you to love me so badly, but you're not. And so it's kind of like they mix together and they form perfectly. Where some of the other ones, you look at them, like for example Aru Itaru, where it was about just, we're walking together, we're not alone, we're going towards the same sky. Then Monenkare, which is really a very sexual song about food, but it's very much a sex song. They don't really work together. If you look at like Aisare Sugi Kotanaiwa and Onato Otoko, Onato Otoko is very much a man and woman's road, is only about being seduced. There's nothing beyond that. There's no such thing as love. And Aisare is really, oh, you can never have too much love. They're conflictual. I think every single and their coupling are very conflictual in their message, or they just don't even have anything to do with each other. Aiste sounds like Kimagure, and it has this very similar message to it, and so I think that's why it's my absolute favorite, is I think it meshes well, and it has such a great feel to it, and I loved the live so much, and that's usually what determines if I like a coupling or not. Anyway, that is the end of this video, and thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, subscribe above. That'd be wonderful. You're great. Peace.